We're probably moments away from getting a "here we go" from Romano. We're probably not far away from getting a full agreement tweet from David Ornstein. What a signing. What a signing this is going to be for Tottenham Hotspur.
Arsenal this, Arsenal that. And I'm telling you now, Arsenal fans reading all these updates coming through, when he's finally holding up their shirt, there is going to be a meltdown in that fan base, and I am going to be here for it.
Probably tired of talking about how he's going to fit perfectly into the Spurs team because we have no creator. But at the same time, is there any part of you that thinks this deal is not going to happen? Because we have just seen Arsenal, Kai Havertz, knee injury. They are now back into the market.
I would almost congratulate Arsenal if at this stage they managed to get in front of Parish, right? Get a deal done with Eze and his agent and steal him from Spurs. You'd almost have to say you deserve it. I don't believe this deal will fall through.
I can't lie. This would be probably 1,000 times worse than Willian.
If they come in now and get it, can you imagine, George? Can you imagine? It would be the meltdown of all meltdowns.
This fucking club didn't want to do what it takes to get this deal over the line. And I don't care. People will tell me, oh, Tubbs, they've agreed a fee. What can they do? Crystal Palace wouldn't have sold him. Crystal Palace wouldn't have sold him. We had 17 days. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. Why does this shit always happen to Tottenham? Why does this shit always happen to fucking Tottenham? Why? Why is it always us? Why is it always us?
We've just been bullied. Eberechi Eze has chosen Arsenal. And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm heartbroken. I'm fuming. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I'm angry. I am everything you could possibly imagine.
This is the biggest betrayal since Franklin's mum smoked Teddy before he got his money back in Snowfall, fam. Tottenham embarrassing me this transfer window is like me filling out a form and ticking Black Caribbean blood. But no X, Spurs have turned the corner. Yeah, and 12 men are waiting with baseball bats. Why me? Why? Now Eberechi Eze, the Arsenal fan, going home faster than a man on tag. We can't get a man like Wendy Williams, fam.
Where are all those people? Don't worry. As long as the deal gets done by the end of the window. No, the window has been open. What an absolute disgrace from Tottenham Hotspur this is. And our rivals. I said to everyone, do not get in a race with Arsenal. Do not get in a race with Arsenal. He'll pick us over them. No, he won't.
I can't believe what the fuck I am seeing, bro. I can't believe what I'm seeing, people. I genuinely can't believe what the fuck I'm seeing, people. I don't even know what to do with myself. I am finished. I am finished.
Wow. You deserve it. That's the best line. You deserve it. That's what you need to be saying.
You know what? I will say that was a very well put together video. Whoever edited that, they need a raise. They need a raise. They definitely need a raise.
Just quickly.
I didn't think they saw that show, Sav. I didn't think they saw our show.
Listen,
George, you don't get to do the humble thing. You don't.
What did I say? What did I say in that video? If Arsenal come in and get it done, I'll congratulate them. Congratulations. We have got. George can fight it if he wants. I don't even think he will. I've got no leg to stand on. My club is an utter shambles. Fair play to Arsenal. There you go.
Zero. Oh, now you've said that, we're gonna go so gentle on you, Sav, today. You know what I'm saying?
That Dan Potts knows what I've been saying for weeks and months about this. So, listen, I was expecting the moment Arsenal came in, gone.
Well, look, first of all, before we go into it, 1 second, Wolfie. Before we go into it, first of all, I got to say big up to my guy Sam, because that was elite. That was an elite clip. So big up to him, man. I can't take no credit for that whatsoever. That was all Sam. So Sam, you know who you are. I'm sure you're watching. Big up to you, bro. Plenty more to come like that. Let's hope, man. That was sick. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, people, as an intro. Make sure you do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. Make sure you're following every single one of these people. We've got an absolutely elite panel. We all love this show every Thursday. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, this one should be lit, if I'm honest with you. Big up to Sava, big up to Jamie, big up to Joe, big up to George, Cal, Hooks, Wolfie, and of course Guna Lee. We're all here to talk first of all about.
Yeah, he's come back. Hey, welcome back, brother, man.
Wait, he's definitely not Guna Lee.
It was a long road, man. We're here. It was a long road, but we're back. We're here.
Guna Lee. Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Let me tell you something.
No. Last week,
the artist formerly known as Guna Lee.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Cal. Did he not say he's not an Arsenal fan? I said,
Let me tell you now.
George,
He
said you don't support that club. Why are you wearing that shirt?
There's a few people on this panel, namely on my role, who will not be questioning me. He would not be questioning me when the shamelessness that he has gone through, and listen. We're here to enjoy the show, so let's just move on. We're not going to die.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, before we go into anything else, make sure you show some love. Make sure you show some love. Hit like, subscribe. Make sure you're checking out today's sponsors, which is OK Jerseys. Links in the description. Make sure you go and show them some love and get your merch that you need. Big up to them. Show them some love. And I think there's only one place to start, really, isn't there? It's the news that I was not expecting. I went out last night for a drink thinking, do you know what? Nothing's going to happen. Arsenal are in the mud. Ain't got Eze. Trossard's signing a new weird, bizarre deal. Havertz has got injured. We're back to square one. This is going to be a disaster. I don't expect any news. Let's go have some fun. Then my phone's blowing up. I'm like, what's happening here? I'm like pinching myself. Is this a dream? What's happening on here? And Eberechi Eze apparently was always coming to Arsenal. So Spurs... unfortunately for them, in the mud. So before I come to Sava and to George, I think it's only fair to send over to Hooks because I've said my piece on it, and I've spoken to Sava individually, and I don't have much more to say. So I think this is a panel to have a chat. So yeah, what are you doing, Hooks? Come on, bro, talk to me.
Hey, I just do you know what? Yeah.
Stars are lying.
You know, yeah. I think it's time, yeah, that man start calling me Neo Blood. I think it's time man start calling me the one, because I was saying from the jump, yeah, he's coming to Arsenal, coming home. I was saying this. Even when all that news was going on, I was just saying, hey, don't worry. Arsenal are just, you get me, focusing on selling players, you get me, waiting for Crystal Palace to find a replacement, yeah. And then as in coming Arsenal. So by the way, El Canoe,
we filmed on Tuesday together, Hooks. We filmed on Tuesday together, bro.
Hey, Cal.
Cal, remember my message, Cal?
Cal, don't misunderstand. Yeah, me trying. Don't misunderstand. Yeah.
Cal, reread your message.
Yeah. Don't Cal. Cal, I need you to not misunderstand. Yeah. This season, Hooks, I'm trying to be more understanding of other teams. Yeah, trying to be more nicer to other teams, and I'm trying to give a lot of teams the benefit of the doubt in it. Yeah, so there was a point where I was like, you know what, George is my bro. Yeah, my brother. I want him to have a little bit of joy. You know what? It's fine. Yeah, but deep down, yeah, obviously, Eze, he's a red and white. He came from the academy. Hey, George, do you remember when you was trolling me? When I was saying, the heartfelt speeches he was giving about when he left Arsenal and he was crying when he was trying to train because it was like one of the worst things that's ever happened to him in his football career. Do you remember that? You were saying, he's not going to go back.
Yeah, the grown man said that he cried. Yeah, he was crying.
Yeah, we all cry. Hey,
he's crying over football team. I don't cry over my football team. I'll tell you that.
I nearly cried when I found out the news. How about that? I nearly cried when I found out the news. How about that? We all cry. Yeah, we'll
kind of laughed, bro.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I nearly cried. Can't lie, because do you know what? Yeah, I feel like I'm being rewarded by someone, because everybody that I've wanted to come to my club this window has come. Man didn't believe me when I said Victor Gyökeres is coming. I had to go through all of the shit with the rivals, And the Arsenal fans, no, Arsenal are not going to sign Gyökeres. They're going to get Šeško because Arteta has all the power and Arteta wants Šeško and rah. And then 2-2s now. Yeah, I'm getting cussed because I'm the deluded one. But then I'm sitting there, Victor Gyökeres. You don't know. You get me. And then we go through the same thing with Eze. And now I'm sitting there, what? Yeah, I'm sitting there, Eze. What are you saying? What are you saying, George? Hey, Sava. Yeah, Sava. Yeah. Yeah. I say this a lot of times, yeah. I'm not the guy, yeah, that you want to get petty with, yeah, because I will never forget the WhatsApp message that you sent me, yeah, when you thought that, you know, as it was going Tottenham, you send in the little screenshot with the eyes. So I'm only gonna remind, yeah, you Tottenham man, one more time, and then we're never speaking about it again, yeah. You man are my little bros. I don't know why George was in a balaclava last night on BSB, because Tottenham man, they're not on the beef. They can't go to war with me. They can't. It's not. You're not able to. Yeah. Unless there's all this talk about champions of Europe, trophies is all that matters in the game. Because as I said, bun your trophies. I'm going to N5. So. How you about you hold that? Yeah, that's a what? I don't know which one is the L. Which one is this one? The L?
You're right.
Yeah, L for all of you.
Or you can borrow mine if you want. That's
a beautiful L. That's a very beautiful L. Hey, that's a couple man in the N17 side of North, like they need to learn how to drive because cars are all going off the road, bear crashes. What are you man gonna do now? Do you know what? I want my club to go and boy you man again. And go and grab Savinho. I don't even necessarily want him. But hey, let's just take someone else away from little bro. You get it? Because you can't wear my jackets. You're not able to. They're mine. You can't have what I have. Yeah? And now, another season, you're going to have to look up to me. God forbid. Yeah? God forbid we see an announcement video and a certain Sol Campbell pulls up and you get me, do the passing of the guard onto Eze. Yeah, all of that. I really want George here to explain this one to me because man don't understand the grilling that he's been giving me over the last couple of weeks. So I need George to explain to the whole class, why his team can't beat mine at anything. Let's go, George. Talk now.
I don't get what you're saying.
Why didn't you interrupt me?
Explain what happened.
Usually interrupt me. Why was there no interruptions?
Silence. Every time when you do this usually. Don't you know? Usually you do this for about 30 minutes.
One episode.
Maybe I was letting you.
Oh, finish. Now you want to be polite.
So now you want to talk. You want me to teach a class. You want to talk over me. So again, student.
Okay, cool. No. You do. Now take the floor.
No, you do. Do you know? By the way, the team that bids the most money gets the player. That's what happens.
I'm handing you the mic.
That's how deals work. Yeah.
We go.
That's how it works. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as that. Arsenal paid more money.
No, we didn't. We paid less.
Did they?
We paid less. We gave Eze less money.
You've clearly not looked into it.
You gave him
you gave Crystal Palace the exact money they wanted, £68 million. You gave them better add-ons that are more feasible. It's add-ons that are more feasible. You gave them more money, and you're offering Eze more money. That's exactly what come out with the deal name. What's happened here is you've gone in.
George, who told you that? Levy.
George, check your blind spot, bro.
Check your mirrors.
You want me to check my blind spots, but this is the facts.
No, it's not. We actually gave him a worse deal.
You did not give him less money. What made you? Where did you read that you gave him less money? Go on, please tell me a credible.
George, look, I'm not even here.
No, Lee. I've asked you a question.
Hold on, because I'm not here to back. I'm not here to. Wait, hold on.
I'd like Hooks to answer the question. That's
my thing is, I'm not. All I'll say is, I heard a lot of Spurs fans, and a lot of Spurs fans' rhetoric was basically that you guys are you're waiting for him to play his last game, but he's not even going to play. He's not even going to play tomorrow.
Spurs didn't want him to play tomorrow. In fact, Spurs had agreed for him to not play at the weekend, so we were fuming at the fact that he played on the weekend. They were delaying the ones. Oliver Glasner was the manager that wanted his replacement in, and he was always going to play. So you're sitting here saying that Tottenham fans are this sort of, we were going mad. Me and Sava in that same show that's in the clip. You saw us. We after.
Can I also say as well? Can I also say I don't know if you lot Spurs fans know. I can tell you, Rich Harlison wants out as well. Not that you probably want him, but I can tell you firsthand, Rich Harlison doesn't want to be at Spurs.
Yo, Lee, they tried to chuck him out to Palace. Tried to chuck him out to Palace. Man.
I don't think that's
after they were blazing him from the weekend's performance.
100% is true. Not that Spurs fans care. Not that you care anyway. But I'm just saying.
That's the point. We don't care if we are getting rid of Richarlison. Bring money in. We'll replace Richarlison. He's not an amazing player. Keep him. But again, Wolfie, you're chuckling so much today, and I know your club's doing business, but we already know that you're still not going to finish anywhere higher. Than
you try your diversion tactics and deflections, bro. Not gonna work today. Not gonna work today. Answer the question you've been asked about 5 minutes ago by my blood brother.
No. I don't answer questions after I ask. When I'm asked a question, I don't get answered.
You do it today.
If you can't answer my questions, I'm going to answer yours. I don't need to answer, please. We're not doing.
But I asked you the question.
We're not doing that today. We're not.
I asked you the question first.
And I told you, I explained it. You didn't like my explanation. We moved on. I asked you another question.
No. You gave a lie. You gave a lie.
You gave a lie.
We can do. No, I didn't give a lie. I gave
you did. You said that we paid him more money.
We did. We paid £68 million in better payment terms.
No, they didn't. No. All right. Where did you see 68 million? Where did you see 68 million?
Crystal Palace is not him.
This is where we've seen it. This is what has exactly been reported by all the reporters.
Where?
Name one.
Yeah.
I'll get it up. It's not hard to find.
Get it up. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, you ain't been getting it up for the last 24 hours, bro. So come on, get that link up. Let's see it.
Yeah, we're on to you. Let's go.
You were getting out for a video of guys crying, bro. I don't know. There's clearly something wrong with you, Wolfie. I don't know about shit.
What do you make of the situation, Wolfie?
It's hilarious, man. I can't lie, man.
Everyone in the chat said Ornstein said 68 mil. Wait. Ornstein's the most. When it goes for you, it's all about let's listen to Ornstein. But when I take 68 million from Ornstein, it's like, oh no, we don't need to listen to no more. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, Wolfie, you go and get it up because clearly you haven't read it. I've read.
You made the claim, bro. Do you know how a claim works? You made the claim, therefore produce your evidence.
Get up. Ornstein said it's not hard to get up. How am I going to show you?
Years ago now.
Oh man,
I said on here, right? I said on here.
Wait. See, this is I always say, that George has a comprehension problem and doesn't understand the English language. Yeah, so let's delve. Yeah, what Ornstein actually said is deal worth around expired 68 million. He didn't say it is 68 million. He says it's
so. It could be more. It could be less. So it could be more. It could be less.
Yeah, so Romano said 60.
And you said no.
Romano
said it's 68 million.
But you said it's also 5, so you're wrong as well.
How dare you try to?
So you're wrong. Wait. So you're wrong. So you're wrong.
He's not wrong. Romano said 60. Excess of 60.
That's I don't care about Romano. We've quite really learned this window. Romano is bullshit.
You cared about Romano when you said
one at a time.
We have found out this window. He got the Morgan Gibbs White stuff wrong. He got the Eze stuff wrong. He's the one that's come out all week and said Eze is keen on joining Spurs. We then go off the back of that and use that information and say, yes, he is keen on joining Spurs. Then you're going to tell me, oh, but you said this. Yeah, I said this because Romano said this. But now, again, it's what Romano said. Romano chats shit. That's what we're finding out. That's what I'm finding out. He lies.
But he wasn't chatting shit when he said that Eze desires to.
Oh, he must be. He must be.
He wasn't chatting shit then, was he?
We found out at the end.
Back then, he wasn't chatting shit, was he? He wasn't chatting shit back then, was he?
But he is.
But now he's chatting shit.
You look back in hindsight, just like you look back in hindsight, and your prediction at the start of last season was not the same prediction that you made 6 months.
We're going all the way back
to hindsight. We had injuries.
We're going.
That's what happens. So in hindsight, we got the information and found out that he was wrong. What are we doing?
George, I understand.
Does this Eze deal mean that wait? Can any of you Arsenal fans say that Eze deal gives you confidence to say you're going to win the league? Can any of you say that?
I will say it right now.
Deflection.
I will say it right now. I will say it right now.
Gunnar Boy is going to step up now and say you win.
Listen,
you went from last week not being a fan.
Wait, George. Can we just why do we need to digress on type of things? We're talking currently about one thing, and that
we're
one
talking
thing
about Eze, and we're talking about how Eze joined your team and how he'll propel you.
Wait, George. What you're trying to do is you're trying to now move off the fact that your club has had its chain snatched. Don't talk about anything else. Let's just talk about the facts. The facts are currently, because that's what we're doing with the here and now. You're trying to move forward into something which we can't predict right now. But if you're asking me,
you can predict.
I do believe. For me,
everyone made predictions last week. What's the difference from making a prediction last week? You made a prediction last week that Liverpool are going to win the league.
George, I haven't.
Wait, no, you made a prediction last week that Liverpool are going to win the league.
George, I haven't interrupted you. I haven't interrupted you
but
once.
That's fine.
George,
but why did you make a prediction last week?
Once. Do not try to deflect onto anything else. Currently, you want to just deal with the facts. Your facts are whatever you want to talk about, transfers, you want to talk about wages, you want to talk about whatever. Ultimately, the player that you decided that you wanted to go for quite heavily has now decided that he doesn't want to go to you for whatever reason. Now, you can make up whatever reason it is. Arsenal fans can make up whatever reason it is. Me, this signing means more to me than even Ozil signing. Now, it's more not because he's a better player, but just because I'm a Londoner. It's been 2 years in the waiting. Yep. And I think genuinely, I know a lot of times people say, oh, if he had an Enio at the end of his name, it would be looked at as a different. I think Eze is absolutely a fantastic player. And I think he does take teams over the top with this current team, personally speaking. And I've waited for this for a long period of time. Listen, for me, I couldn't sleep last night. I could not sleep last night. That signing was bro, it was unbelievable what we saw. And yeah, bro, like I don't need to explain myself to nobody because this morning I woke up at 8 o'clock, went down to my local store, and all we got to say is we're here.
I see it, man. As soon as you come on, I'm thinking,
we're here, baby. We're here.
Let me bring a couple of others in before I come to Sava. Let me bring in Joe first, and then I'll come to Liverpool lads because I'm interested to know if this signing means anything, not just oh my God, Liverpool ain't going to win anything now, but certainly what does it change? What Arsenal might do with an Eze type signing.
Yeah, do you know what? Like I said, and have been saying, like from an optics point of view, if Arsenal, we spoke about it last time, even if they didn't want Eze and he went to Spurs and you didn't get your left winger, it looks so bad. Like it looks bad for Arsenal, but it looks even worse for Spurs now. Like the fact that they've just, Tobes mentioned it about 17 days. It's not a good look. It's taken this long to get a deal over the line, and then Arsenal have done it in what looks like 24 hours. I know it'll be longer than that, but from an optics point of view, as a fan watching it on Twitter, it's like, wow, how have they done that? It's not great. I don't know what Spurs do now. Are they going to go take someone like Bilal El Khanous from Leicester or something? I'm not too sure. They've been linked to Rodgers, but that Eze one's a big one for Arsenal.
And don't forget Dibbling as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, Dibbling. But do you know what though? Right, what it does do now though, Arsenal have got to win. They've got to win now. You've got to. Like you must. Obviously, there's a way in which you lose. You can finish second, 90 points. We know Liverpool have said that, but like Callum said before, Liverpool left with something that season, so Arsenal have to leave with something this season. It's just because there's been talk, we need a left winger, and it's like, well, hang on a minute. I thought it was just a striker. Now we're saying it's a left winger, which I get, but it was like the striker was the missing piece. You got the striker, and then it was like, yeah, but the left. Well, now you've got Eze, and okay, he's maybe better operating as a 10, but he can operate on the left. For me, you've got all the pieces of the jigsaw now, and you've done it by dunking on your biggest rival. It's huge. Like, imagine that fixture now. Eze is going to get some stick, but I'd imagine he thrives on that stuff. And I really like Eze, so I hope it's
fair play, man.
You got to win the league though, now, mate. You've got to go and do it.
There's pressure, man. But do you know what, Joe? We had to win the league anyway. Eze or no Eze for me.
True.
It's one of those, man. But Cal, let me come to you next, bro. Eze to Arsenal. Does this? You might not be scared of us, but does this massively improve us now, bro?
Yes and no. Yes, because Eze is a fantastic player. I'm not going to sit here and downplay Eze. I rate him highly. I'd have loved Liverpool to sign Eze. But again, I don't think it changes, but not ultimately changes everything. Again, I think everyone knows my stance on
why Arsenal aren't getting over the line. It's Arteta, not the personnel.
Don't slander my manager, please. Thank you very much.
Wow!
Don't slander my manager, please.
Oh my! Yeah, Lee. You know what? I'm gonna get
talk about
editing
manager,
today,
please.
bro. I'm gonna get editing today.
Keep my manager's name out of your mouth, please. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
wow. Yeah, Lee. Remember, I still got all the receipts, bro. I might jump on Adobe Premiere Pro.
Listen. You cannot talk. You are throwing stones in the glass house for sure.
I throw bricks in the glass house, bro. We know my thing.
Listen,
bro, right?
samesies, hashtag samesies. There you go. Lee Teta, mate. That is what it is. Do not talk
Lee
about
Teta.
Lee Teta.
Do not talk about my manager.
Oh,
Wolfie,
wow.
you stay out of this.
Wow.
You stay out of this.
Whoa.
Wolfie, we're friends. Stay out. Please carry on. Just don't talk about my manager.
March time. You better win slightly. You better
Wolfie, stay out of it.
But no, I do think the issue is still Arteta. This gives you a better chance, though, Dan. Again, interested to see how Eze's integrated into the team, what his role is in the team, how you guys set up from an attacking standpoint. Fantastic signing, though. Again, I don't know what Spurs were playing at, why they didn't just accelerate the deal and get it sorted. But at the same time, I don't know why Arsenal didn't make this happen sooner. But look, at the end of the day, they've got it over the line. They've done it. Fair play to Arsenal, man. I don't know where Spurs go from here in terms of who they pivot to next. But in terms of Arsenal, brilliant signing. Does it make me scared of Arsenal? No. But I have a healthy respect for Arsenal. I think if we don't win it, Arsenal will win it. So
let me put it this way quickly to you, Carl. Let Jay come in as well on this. If we had Luis Enrique, would it scare you more?
Yes.
There you go. Right. So that's where I'm at, really, as the manager. But that's another story, right?
Yeah.
Jay, let me bring you in, man. Obviously, Eze, I guess you think he's a top quality player. What did you make of the situation when it was unfolding? Because obviously Spurs fans are in meltdown about this, bro.
To be frank, I don't care. And I'm being totally honest here. I literally don't care. You know, I think it was very obvious Eze was always going to go to Arsenal from that point of view if he had to choose between the two teams because he's an Arsenal boy. So I think that was always going to be the case. From a Tottenham point of view, look, I ain't got no skin in the game on the Tottenham part of it, but, you know, they thought they had their guy and they probably took a bit too long getting the deal over the line because they thought it was all done and dusted and they relaxed a little bit on the deal. But from a Liverpool point of view, Eze makes Arsenal a little bit better. There's no doubt about it. He's a very, very good footballer. I'll be interested to see where Eze lines up in an Arsenal 11. That'd be interesting to me because I don't think Eze works as well off the left-hand side as he does through the number in the 10 area. Also at Crystal Palace, Eze is given a license to be Eze. Do you know what I mean? He's like Jack Grealish was given a license to be Jack Grealish at Aston Villa. Then he worked quite like Jack Grealish at Manchester City. Eze was allowed to be Eze at Palace and have that freedom to run the game and be the star man. So I'll be interested to see how Arteta sorts Eze out in that situation playing for Arsenal now, where his role is, what his role is going to be. So that's an interesting look in it as well. So through the transfer, look, I don't care because it's got nothing to do with me personally. Tottenham guys might be a bit more upset about it, obviously. Arsenal fans are gassed about it, but he's a good footballer. But from the outside, I'm interested to see what Arsenal do with Eze and how they fit him into this system and where they play him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the most interesting thing now. Where does he play left wing? Does he start there? Can he come on there? Does he play ahead of Ødegaard? Does he play with Ødegaard? Does Rice play more deeper and he plays in attacking 8? I think there's some options. He's a versatile player. I can't lie to you. But Sava, come on, man. You've been patient, bro. Nearly half hour now. Let's have it. What are you saying, bro? How you feeling?
Mate, it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
How are you feeling?
Half an hour. It feels like 2 minutes, man. Like I've cleared my diary, by the way, boys. Just so we're clear here. Sorry, Sava.
Yeah, it is what it is. Levy didn't move quick enough to get the deal done. That sits on us. That sits on the chairman again. He's had a 2-week run at this without Arsenal being there. He's not got it over the line. And I said to you on the show last week, Dan, I feel all the while we're the only club in it, confident. The moment we're up against Arsenal, The moment we're up against Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, the deal is not going to get done. We've dillied and dallied, and in the end, George is correct with that, by the way, that the fee that Arsenal offered is the same that Spurs have. You've offered better payment terms. You've offered better payment terms to Forest, but that doesn't. But by the way, Dan, that doesn't really matter because by the time you lot were involved,
just repeat that. I don't think George was listening. He's looking away.
I heard it.
Hang on, Wolfie. I've sat here for half an hour and not spoke, and you've spoke twice during my first sentence. Yeah. So for me, I just think any of that is irrelevant. Who offered more, whatever. I know it's the same amount, but who offered more, the payment terms. The moment Arsenal came in, we knew Eze wanted Arsenal. So we can have all the banter we want, but our chairman, again, has not got a deal over the line. And I think a lot of the frustration with Spurs fans, when it's all the dust settled this morning of not getting Eze, it's not Eze, it's Eze. It's Gibbs-White. It was Willian back in the day. It was Grealish. It was Bruno Fernandes. Got Edson Fernandes. We wanted Luis Diaz. He went to live. When all the dust settles, it's just our chairman has absolutely failed again to deliver what he said he's going to deliver. He sits there talking about when we build this stadium, we're building this stadium to compete. Then when we move into the stadium, it's we need years in here to make the money. Now we've been in there making the revenue and one of the richest clubs on the planet. He still can't get these deals over the line. And the problem is, Dan, our chairman wants to win every negotiation rather than get the deal that is actually right on the football pitch. Every deal is a battle. So he's been dealing with Steve Parish for 2 weeks. And a week ago, before the release clause ran out, when we could have got Eze, he didn't want to put the 68 million down. He did not want to put the 68 million down, tried to do a good deal. And then at the end of the day, I don't know what to say, Dan. All the banter aside, I genuinely don't want to say it. I tell you this every week. I come onto every panel show and tell you our chairman isn't serious. He doesn't ever get these types of deals done. He's let us down. This is why I don't put us into when people talk about the big six or the top. That's why I don't include Tottenham in there. I don't think we're serious. Our chairman is not serious, and the fans are fucked off, Dan. The fans are truly fucked off because we are now left sitting here with 11 days of a transfer window to go. Everyone knows we're desperate. Everyone's going to see us come in and go, right, well, this player was going to be 50 million. We now want 70. Daniel Levy's going to try and do every single deal the same way. And Dan, I'm just, listen, whether it's Eze or Gibbs-White or whoever, whichever name you want to put in there, I'm just so bored of this same shit every transfer window. Every transfer window ends in utter shit. So I'm not angry at Eze. I'm not angry at Eze because I would have chosen Arsenal over Spurs. I'm not angry at you would. Listen, take my Spurs hat off. You would pick Arsenal over Spurs in the current situation. George, you can do the eyes. You would.
You do have a Spurs hat on, bro. So that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's irrelevant.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I wear my Spurs hat regardless, so I would never.
Sure.
Yeah,
but hang on.
What happened to he could be the face of Tottenham? He'd rather be the face of Tottenham, be one of the highest earners, take over tons money, guaranteed 10 playing time. That was only last week, on the show.
But 2 days ago. But what did I say, Hooks? And Dan Potts will back me up on this.
You said you would choose, if you was Eze, you would choose Arsenal over Spurs, but I didn't hear that last week.
I literally said last week, if you're picking the better team, you're picking Arsenal. If you're picking the team where you want to be the poster boy, the guaranteed starter, you're going to Spurs. Literally, Dan will back me up. I've said this whole time, the moment Arsenal or one of the bigger clubs go up against Spurs, they are getting this player. Because
that's what you said in the clip, to be fair. That's what you said in the clip.
That's what I said in the clip. Don't go up against Arsenal. Don't go up against them. Listen, this is the difference, right? If we're sitting on panel shows, and this might sound really old man and boring. We're sitting here and we're doing the banter thing. Great. Spurs are in the mud. We're all in the mud, blah, blah, blah. That's great. But the difference is when I take my Spurs hat off, if I look at this from a football fan point of view, If I'm a footballer right now and I've got the opportunity to go to Tottenham or Arsenal, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to Arsenal because they buy top players. They challenge. Spurs don't. Spurs, after this, are probably going to buy people like Tyler Dibbling. No offense to him, but we're going to probably buy another kid, right? So as a footballer, where are you going? Are you going to Spurs or are you going to Chelsea? Are you going to Spurs or are you going to Liverpool? Going to Spurs, going to Arsenal. And until we start showing that we can get deals like Eze over the line, until we show we can get Savios over the line, that's never going to change. So,
why does that make you not a top 6 club? You are a top 6 club.
No, I mean in terms of listen,
there aren't five other teams. So there aren't more teams that are.
I hear it. I mean more in terms of look, we're in the top 6 in terms of trophies won, revenue, league position over the last 20 years. I get it. I get it.
It's the Premier League club.
Sure, all of that. But in terms of what those other 5 teams do compared to what we do, we're just a million miles. It's almost like we're hanging on. We're a little hanging on.
In the last 2 years, I would say Aston Villa probably could champion that they've done something in the last 2 to 3 years, and Nottingham Forest. Other than that, and Newcastle. You've been doing this over the period, because look, we can go back to when you bought what's his name from Lyon. You are a big club. The only problem is that when you want to basically take it over the edge, you kind of don't. And you've been backed by managers. So it's just, I think it's about recruitment. And I think part of your issue as a club is you've either had the wrong manager and backed him, or you've bought the wrong players. So you've had the right manager and you've not backed them. Simply what you're doing now. I think you've not.
Yeah, we never fully back though, Lee. I mean, I think Spurs every now and then have a couple of top players, and we rely so heavily on them, but we never ever add to that. And if you look, the Pochettino era is, is the teller in that. That at one point we had one of the best 11s in Europe. Like, the 11 we had was brilliant, but the squad after that 11, there was no squad. And instead of kicking on from that, we lost Walker. Then after we lost Walker, the others started to tumble like dominoes. And that's set off what we've seen for the last six years at Tottenham. And just when you're thinking, right, come on, Levy, show us. Show me. Get Savio. Get Eze. Show us that you're capable of doing this. And again, we're not. And now you're starting to see today, all of the links are, we've gone from Eze and Savio to now we're starting to look at these links down here. And this is why I never come on with massive chest trying to. I know people want to see it. This is why I know where my club is. I know where we are in the food chain. I know we can't compete with those other teams unless anything drastically changes at Tottenham.
The only thing I would say, like, is for you to use, not you personally, but Tottenham fans. Now, look, I'm not going as far as Wolfie because I know you and Wolfie always have your little funny clashes. But but my only thing I'm going to say is, I think where people kind of lose a little bit of respect for Spurs fans when you kind of say about the Levy thing is you're only mentioning it now. You've been gazumped. You didn't mention this last week. There was no change. Let me finish my point. You guys are Spurs fans, so let me finish. And then, like, you haven't been as loud about this change for Spurs kind of movement that you've been over the last 4 or 5 weeks since you won the Europa League. I haven't heard anything.
There was a protest last week. So that's what I mean.
That's not true. It's a bit disingenuous, mate.
Lee, you're putting stuff out there that's actually not true, though.
George, let me finish my point, and you can.
You've got to make facts. You're saying
this has got to be accurately. You can't just come on here and.
The movement has been heavy.
Let me finish my point.
The movement has been heavy.
Wait, George, let me just finish my point, and you can tell me if I'm wrong because you're a Spurs fan. But okay. On the whole, you had, I think it was it 10,000 fans outside at the end of the last season, right?
3,000, mate.
It was 10,000. It was more than that. It was way more than that.
For what? What are we talking about?
You had a protest outside one of the games.
Yeah, about 3,000. About 3,000.
3,000 fans, right?
Yeah.
That movement we haven't heard since that date. Maybe
you haven't.
Okay, I haven't.
You're not in the Spurs fan base. You haven't.
Okay, fine, not fine. But to the masses, we haven't heard or seen anything to that level. So for me, where I go with Spurs fans is, I think that you just need to keep it as vocal because I watch these shows. I haven't heard you say anything. I've seen your shows. I haven't seen you to the level. Yeah. You. I watch your shows as well. Yeah, I watch your shows. I haven't seen it to the level to what you was at the time.
This is pure unadulterated waffle at this stage.
Okay,
this
fair
is
enough.
absolute.
It is. No, it generally is. Because every time I speak with someone, we talk about Daniel Levy.
I can't have someone come on here and absolutely lie. I won't have. I won't have the lie. Listen,
I'm saying, I think you're missing my point. All I'm saying
not
is,
missing your point. We talk about Levy out every day. We talk about Levy out.
I haven't seen it. I said to the. I didn't say. Wait, but Sava, you're not listening. I didn't say you haven't. I said you haven't to the level that you did when it was the big protest. That's my main point. So you're trying to say that.
Okay, let's bring this to a place of common sense. Let's go back to common sense. You haven't heard much about it because there's been no games of football.
No, I'm talking about that's the perfect time. 1 and 2. I was talking specific. Of course it is. That's
how can you protest when there's no games of football?
Do you know why I don't understand what you're doing? Just last week, within the Spurs fan base, just last week within the Spurs fan base, there was a massive tweet that went out from Change for Tottenham. I think it was Monday last week, where they put out to say that we are not happy about this transfer window. Spurs are fuming, and that there was going to be a protest at the first game. There was a protest at the first game. So
how did you feel about that protest?
Again, Wolfie, I don't give a fuck how I feel. You're always trying to clown this protest.
I'm not doing.
I'm responding back to Lee.
I'm trying to have a proper.
What Lee's actually trying to say is that there hasn't been a movement with regards.
No, I didn't say that. See,
all right, but you said it's completely slowed down. No, but Spurs fans are not happy with this window. They have been fuming with this window, and Change for Tottenham put out that, and there was a protest last week because that was the case.
And
then
Sava,
Spurs have come out, and it only quieted down over the last couple of days. Again, it only quieted down over the last couple of days because of the Savio and Ezio news. Because naturally, we've just won our first Premier League game. We've just had a good Super Cup performance that gave us a lot of confidence, and then off the back of that, it looked as if Spurs were going to be signing Eze and potentially Savio. So yes, the Spurs fans for a week or so had been a bit quiet and a bit happy, and we wasn't going to be going Levy out in this moment because everything is looking like it's going in the right direction. Yes, it all comes crashing down at one point, but now we can look back. But it's not been long. It's been a week of Spurs fans being happy or Spurs fans being optimistic.
Do you know what though, George? I literally say every single day on my show. This is why I don't like when Lee says he's not heard me say it. He don't watch my show.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that though.
Hang on. Every day on my show, I'm live every day, right? My line has been, this window is a sliding doors moment for Levy and for Tottenham, right? Daniel Levy came out at the beginning of this window and he had that little video that I'm sure you've all seen with him and Vinay Venkatesham, yeah? Oh, you're the best. No, you're the best. No one works as hard as you. Oh, I want the best for Tottenham. No, I want all of that. And we all sat there and went, okay, show us, right? Show us. Right. So obviously you give them a little bit of a time. You give them a bit of a chance. Cool. What are we doing? All right, Kudus, good start. Okay, Paulinho. We brought him in on loan. Surely now that means that the funds can be allocated somewhere else and you kick the DM can down the road. Now we're going, okay, show us, prove it. Prove it with Eze, with Savio. Prove that you want the best. Prove that you can get these deals done no matter what. Prove that you'll go in and say to Steve Parish, what do you want? Whatever you want, I will give you right now. And he hasn't proved it. And again, he's proved every one of us right that has been Levy out. I've been Levy out since 2007. 2007. So I won't have anyone sit on a panel. I won't have anyone sit on a panel and say to me about Levy out. I've been Levy out since 2007. But this window was his opportunity. Show us.
Didn't say that, though.
Show us you mean business. And do you know what? Again, Daniel Levy, unfortunately, has shown everybody he can't deliver again.
But you made a bit. Oh, sorry, go on, Joe.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? Like, obviously, I'm not as entrenched in this, right? But as Leeds United fans, right, we mock Man United fans because what will happen is they'll get a few signings, the green and gold goes away. As soon as they don't get what they want, the green and gold comes out. What this is sounding like this because. For me, Sava, if you're someone out since 2007 or whenever you mentioned, a small 2-week period in a transfer window in 2025 should not fucking matter if you're going to be in or out. You should be out and that's it.
I'm pretty sure I didn't say it did.
No, but you're saying that, I'm going to give him benefit of doubt. Let's
hang on.
Time for this.
Give the benefit of doubt to get some transfers done. That doesn't mean it changes. That doesn't mean it we're saying have the window. Show us that you mean business after you've said everything's going to change this year. then go again. See, this is the thing. If you're inside the club you're talking about, it's different, because Daniel Levy has come out this year and said things that he's never said before. I want to win leagues. I want to win Champions Leagues. Winning the Europa League is not enough. I want
what you said
more.
to Gary Neville? Is that the Gary Neville interview?
Yeah.
Well, even before that, right? He's come out and said all this. So we're going, okay, prove it. Show us that you mean different. But again, Joe, he hasn't shown us he means different. The problem we've got is when people are talking about protesting, and I've said this before, the problem is now Spurs have built the club to a £4 billion business. So protesting to get someone who owns something of 4 billion out is very different, for example, to when Newcastle protested to get Ashley out, who's just selling a football club. We'd be selling the NFL deal, the concert deal, the zone boxing. We're selling multiple revenue streams. So it's a very different beast. Spurs have become one of the best run clubs in the world.
Man United do the exact same. They they get the Norwich scarves out for a few weeks, and then they get signings, and they go, oh, it's all good.
But I don't think anyone said it's all good. I don't know where people are. I don't. Yeah,
no, but you're missing Lee's point. Lee, if I'm not mistaken, what you're saying is they've toned it down in this summer period. Like in layman's terms, that's what you're saying.
I wasn't a person. There was no attack on you, Saba. All I was saying is
no. I didn't take it as an attack. But
no.
You know that when there's no games on in the summer, like. That's where people protest at the games. So
you're right, but you can stop. All I'm saying is the online and sort of like you can garner more interest within that summer period or time off, whatever it is. I haven't seen or heard anything about the change for Spurs movement until literally last night / this morning.
You haven't seen it because you're not in the Spurs community.
Yeah, of course. For me, of course. For me, of course. But and I think if you was to ask other rival fans, they would probably say the same thing. But when we did see it at the end of the season, it was everywhere. Everybody knew about it. Everybody heard about it. Now I understand there's been things that your owners come out and said, and you're almost a bit like, do you know what? This is the first time he's come out and speak, because we've got similar owners who basically didn't come out and say anything, and it was the first time that I've seen interviews with your owner speaking about how he wants to win, and the interview with Gary Neville, which is pretty unprecedented. Like no one really comes out and does that other than probably Nottingham Forest's owner. But for me, all I'm sitting here saying is I just think that it's a little bit not strange, but I just feel like there should have been more of it. If you felt
again, this is the thing, Lee. This is the thing.
Of course, I don't know. I don't know.
There is loads of it. Literally, there is loads of it every single day in the Tottenham community. This is why I'm disregarding it, because you're not going to see that. I'm on with Tottenham creators all day, every day. I've got a show tonight, right, called the Spurs 5. Two of the people on that show are two of the main people in the Levy Out protest movement, and that's what they talk about 24/7. But listen, at the end of the day, I don't care. Levy's let us down again. Levy has let us down, and we're going to have a rushed end to the window, and I don't know how he rescues it. So I've got. I don't know.
Does he rescue it? What do you need for it to be rescued?
I think it can be rescued. I'm not in the thought of like it was Eze or nothing. Eze wasn't my first choice, and it's not like Eze will be the last choice. He's not the only number 10 out there. People who was
your first choice? Because Morgan Gibbs-White wasn't either. Now you're saying Eze.
My first choice was
11
days
Simmons. To go.
I've said it quite a lot. Xavi Simons was my first choice, number 10. I wanted Xavi Simons.
The one you're hijacking.
Can we get like I'm only asking questions rather than telling you, Saba and George. Would it have been a thing where, like, if you did get Eze, you wouldn't have felt this strongly about it's been a poor window and just so I'm understanding.
That's the point.
Not just when he said it's a sliding doors.
I see. Okay, so in essence, it's the fact that obviously it's happened with Arsenal, and you feel like you've still got missing gaps. Whoever it is, I don't know.
The biggest problem here is like I don't care. Like the Arsenal thing is just because of you guys. It's just because of fans. I don't necessarily care the fact he's gone Arsenal. He was never a Tottenham player. I don't care that he's chose Arsenal. Our problem is that we've had this number 10 problem for over 3 weeks. Maddison was injured 3 weeks ago. We need a number 10. We've got 10 days left of the window, and we're now looking around, and there's barely any number 10s around. If we go get a Morgan Rogers, we're laughing. I don't even know what an Eze is. Don't even know what an Ezra is. You go bring me a player of that quality, cool. It's fine. I can forget about this. I'll move on because I think there's a few 10s out there that will make me think, do you know what? Don't even need Eze. These players are just maybe not be proven and as good right now, but the signing itself, I'll be more happy about. But that's not enough. Just getting Eze still isn't enough. I need, like as Sava said, we've spent only the Kudus money is really money that we spent this window. Paulinho we haven't brought. I don't care about the youngster signings. That's a 10 mil. That don't count. So we've only really spent 55 million pounds to improve this squad. I need to see my club closer to 200 million if they're talking about being ambitious. This needs to be close to 200 million.
Can we be honest here? If you look at it from the outside in, right, with all the banter aside, Tottenham Hotspur have lost Son, which we knew was happening, right? He's not been replaced. James Maddison's out for the season. He's not been replaced. Kulusevski's out, and now they're saying it might be, I don't know for sure, but it might be November, December. We haven't replaced that, right? We've actually bought in a DM on loan and basically replaced Son with Kudus on the right wing. We're actually weaker going into this season than last season. We're weaker player for player. We've lost all of our goals and assists from last season. So for me, Lee, to answer your question, this window needed to be a bare minimum of Paulinho, Kudus, Savio, and Eze. As a bare minimum, right? Now, I'm looking at the window going, yeah, and I agree with George. Eze's not the only number 10. The problem you've got right now is we're sitting here with 11 days to go, right? There's X amount of people who can play in that position and X amount of left wingers. Everybody's going to know that we're desperate. And it's now going to be, right, what quality? So I don't mind that we miss out on players. It's only for purposes of shows like this where there's banter that everyone cares who you've missed out on. For me, the question is, okay, Levy and recruitment team, what have you got next? What have you got planned? You didn't get Eze. Go and show us now who's next. If it's going to be Akalouche of Monaco, cool. You know what? Go and drop the money on him, get the deal done, and we go, thank you. You're actually acting like a big club. When I wake up this morning and I see that bids might be being made for Tyler Dibbling, this is why I'm leaving out, and we go, we're not serious. We're just not.
But if you do get that Akalouche guy, so again, just the change for Spurs thing. If you're saying that should wait till the end of the transfer window, right?
No,
because
no.
Because you're saying you don't care about you don't care about him going to Arsenal. That's not the problem. It's about you haven't got the players that you need. So in essence, what you should be doing is wait until the next 10, 11 days, however long the transfer window is open for.
No, because
you might go and get free players.
Because Lee, the problem is, again, this is context, the bigger picture. Again, it shows that Spurs aren't prepared in a transfer window. It shows, again, even if we go and get now an Akalouche, for example, just using him as an example, because we're linked with him heavily.
Yeah.
It goes to show that, again, Spurs have waited right until the end of the window to make their move for Savio, to make their move for Eze, right? Your club got loads of signings right at the beginning of the season. Liverpool got all their signings, like the bulk. I'm not saying you won't do anything else, but the bulk of signings.
Yeah, I get you.
Same with Chelsea, same with City. Your clubs are prepared in the main. I'm not saying you can't.
Maddison did just get injured, so you got to give yourself give the
3 weeks.
This is the point. Even with Maddison, Spurs should be proactive and go, right, Maddison's just coming off the back of a bad injury. Kulu's out. We need more number 10s. We should be proactive. What we do is we just replace. We are reactive, right? So the bigger picture is anything we do now, even if we go and drop 70 million on a player next week, people will go, there you go, Levy. He's doing it because we're desperate. It's not planned. He's not gone out and got what he needed to do. Anything we do now is from a place of desperation, right? He'll be heralded. Oh my God, Savio at 69 million, our biggest ever transfer fee. He's only going to drop that money now if he does, because he's been mugged off by Marinakis and by Steve Parish with Eze and Gibbs White. We're a mess. We do everything reactively. This club is a mess. We are a shit show.
Just quickly, so obviously I can only go by things that I see reported, because obviously I don't have connections at clubs in it. But I can't remember who it was, but someone said that you guys actually put in a second bid for Morgan Gibbs White that was actually over the release clause. Was that true?
Yeah,
that's true.
Apparently, we can only go off the report.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Okay, cool. And you guys actually made a bid for Eze, right?
Yep.
We agreed a fee.
Yeah, you agreed the fee.
We agreed the fee that you paid.
I know the point you're getting to.
Wait. So basically, again, it actually has come out that Arsenal actually had things structured from the 10th of August.
10th of August, yeah.
Yeah. So Arsenal, all Arsenal did is, I don't know, they probably saw that you guys triggered what you triggered, and when okay, for some reason we want to trigger now. I don't know what the reason is why they triggered it yesterday, but something went, okay, let's trigger it. So can you from my perspective, how can you blame Tottenham for not moving correctly or moving too slow when really and truly you did what you needed to do to activate the Morgan Gibbs White release clause, but that was a bit dodgy. Whatever happened there, that was a bit dodgy. And then with
Eze, we never get them over the line, Hooks.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's the main thing. I think.
Yeah, but the reason why you didn't get Morgan Gibbs White over the line is because of it was dodgy. Like really and truly, you should have
So there you go.
But would you not be mad at your club for going in for players that you're not 100% sure are going to come in for them? Like that's where my problem is. You are right. Levy, to some extent, done his job in agreeing the fee, but let's have it right. He took ages to agree that fee. Even with the Morgan Gibbs White stuff, it still had another 2 weeks where there was nothing really going on. Spurs, if they really wanted the player, could have took Nottingham Forest to court if they knew they didn't do something wrong, but there must have been something wrong done there. So again, that's Daniel Levy at fault. And then I'm looking at it and I'm saying, why are you going for two players that you wasn't 100% sure would join you? There's something wrong with the salesman.
Yeah, but
so
again,
I'm looking at that and I'm saying, they are the problem. This
is 25 years of this. This is 25
okay, I hear that. Okay, I hear that part.
Transfers.
That part I hear. So it happening year and year and year and year. I hear, but you yourself said that Levy came out and he was saying things that you never heard before. And I mean, bidding for Morgan Gibbs White and actually doing everything that you're meant to do to activate a release clause, and then something dodgy happens. I personally can't blame that on Levy. And then when it comes to the Eze stuff, you agreed a fee. According to reports as well, the player had a desire to go to Tottenham. It's just that Arsenal got in the way. Again, you can't blame Levy for.
Hope you understand that, but do you know how long ago the Morgan Gibbs White situation was, right? So we're talking 4 weeks from Morgan Gibbs White signing his new contract, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah. If Morgan Gibbs White signed his new contract 4 weeks ago, how have Spurs not been able to get a single signing made? Do you know, by the way, 41 days.
But you signed Paulinho, no? During that time.
But okay, a loan. That's Daniel Levy's speciality, right? 5 million, I can get a loan, right? 41 days, Hooks. We've not made a signing. 41 days.
So, Savage George, I don't often agree with Hooks, as we all know, but is this not a case of it's not a lack of ambition, it's a lack of execution here? Because I think
that's the problem, though. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It really is the same thing.
It's not the same thing, guys. Hear me out. Hooks, correct me if I'm wrong here, or misspeaking. You are going after Morgan Gibbs White, a player that most people rate. Eze, you're trying to sign these players, but as you said, if Arsenal waiting in the wings, kind of trying to see what's going on, and then they're swooping in at the last minute, I don't think that's a Tottenham or a Levy problem. I think that's just sometimes it's the way the game goes. It's happened to all clubs. Like Liverpool have agreed.
25 years.
Look how long it took for Arsenal to sign Gyökeres.
No, but I'm saying we're talking about this summer, guys. I hear what you're saying.
I'm talking about this summer. I'm talking about this summer. The way I see it,
you're absolutely right. But I'm saying right now, though, guys, I get the frustration with Levy. I get the frustration with Inick and all the rest of it. But if he's tried to negotiate for these players, if he's had deals agreed with these players, if he's had personal terms agreed with these players, but I hate to use this to you guys, but a bigger club has come in and bought these players from you guys, is there much more he could have done? Realistically?
Lots more. Because all the reports are saying, like, so if you listen to David Ornstein, what he said earlier, and again, it depends on who you want to listen to and who you believe. David Ornstein said that it was the Havertz injury which made Arsenal go, right, we are going to go for it. So if Daniel Levy had paid the release clause a week ago, which was what basically they got us up to in the end anyway, which is the 68 million, which is what they've got Arsenal up to. If he had done that, listen, I can't say for sure, Cal. I can't say for sure. But at that stage, Arsenal might not have been in as desperate need to go, right, let's go and get Eze. And we might have got the deal done. But the problem is there's always an excuse for Daniel Levy. My problem is if you are going to wait until 3 weeks of the window to go to bid for Eze, right, and that's your big signing of the summer, what have you been doing all summer? What have you been doing all summer? Where's your plan?
I have no inside knowledge of this. I have no inside knowledge about this. But from the outside looking in, what it feels like is that Eze was stalling or someone was stalling to see if Arsenal would come in.
Sure.
That's what it feels like.
It could be that. No, but if we look at every other, and again, you don't want to use the past, but we can look at every other past window for Spurs. All of our business gets done in the last 15 days. It's always that. With last season, we signed Solanke after the season started, Odegaard a couple of days before the season started, and we signed someone else during the season.
George,
when you look at the January transfer window, you remember the injury crisis we had in January. We signed Danso and Tel in the last couple of days of the January transfer window. We didn't have no play. Like, this is just how we move, and this is.
I agree with everything you said. I'm just talking about this particular window.
You've been unlucky. I agree.
I think you showed the ambition. Execution
for two footballers.
It's ambition, Sabri. It's ambition. All right, Sabri. Let's say Liverpool. We've gone in for Isak, right? Let's say if that doesn't get over the line, I can't call out FSG and be like they're not ambitious. I can say.
What did you do when you didn't get it over the line? What did you go and do?
No, you're missing my point.
No, hang on, Cal. Answer it. Answer. What did you do?
No, we were forced to get Ekitike because of what happened with Jota, unfortunately. So no,
we've lost Son and Madison. So why aren't we forced to act like that?
No, but you are trying to act. That's my point, bro. You are trying to act.
One player.
No, but you've tried Eze and Morgan Gibbs White. You've tried them both, and you're trying for Savinho right now. Again, Sam, I'm not sticking up for Levy.
Yeah, no.
I'll be clear with you. I think Levy.
I can't have people telling me about these owners. I've had them for 25 years. We see this pattern every window.
This is quite simple.
Levy needs to go. I just don't think he's the person at fault right now for this current situation in this.
You have no idea how this man operates. You have no idea how he operates.
Did Eze agree personal terms with Tottenham?
Yes.
So then it's all on Spurs' problem then. If Eze agreed personal terms, that means he was willing to go to Tottenham. Yeah. So if Tottenham actually paid the release clause a week before he'd be a Tottenham player right now, then we would be having this discussion. It's as simple as that.
Not necessarily. Players agree with more than one club personal terms.
No, but what I'm saying is because
Arsenal were at your club, you changed.
Arsenal weren't in for it because Arsenal.
No, but we was.
Arsenal have only moved because the injury of Havertz. Yeah.
No. Arsenal had an agreement from the 10th.
Yeah, but they've only moved on it because of the injury.
But the personal agreement, to answer your question, Eze had personal agreements agreed with both Arsenal and Spurs.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm trying to say, because of we won't know if Arsenal would have pulled the trigger if Havertz didn't get injured. I think we can all agree with that. Yeah, we don't know for a fact.
Yeah,
we also don't know that's the reason they did pull the trigger.
I think he stalled. I'll agree. I think there was some stalling.
When you got the chance to buy a player on a release clause and he's still happy to go to you, but he knows if Arsenal comes in, he'd rather go there. You just got to pay the release clause to get it done. Don't take that chance, and don't take that chance, and he'd be a top player.
And you know why that would have been the problem as well, Jamie? I'm just solved it all because we remember. I think there was on like Sunday. We saw the report saying that Spurs had an agreement, and then on Monday it come out that Steve Parish and their agents want extra fees and they're stalling on the deal, and then that's when the stalling started to come in place from Monday. So it's very clear that there was something going on behind the scenes, but I don't think that's a cop out for Daniel Levy because, like you said, if he paid the release clause, there would be no stalling of the deal. There's nothing Crystal Palace can say. You pay their money. There's no faffing around. He would have just accepted Tottenham, been like, okay, medical next couple of days. Job done. So
listen, wait, most big clubs try to avoid paying release clause. Like they always try and negotiate a better deal.
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, but how can you blame? Like, how can you? Like, this is the thing. Like, okay, cool. Again, The only thing I know about Levy is he don't care about you, man, because he walks around White Hart Lane like he owns the place, like just bopping on.
He owns
Like,
he does own the place. That's the point.
He's on the main.
It's literally his baby. He walks and says, "Yeah,
George, I'm talking about. He's on the mains. He's by Chick.
No, it's his stadium. You don't get his stadium.
No, I'm not talking about the stadium, bro. He's walking through the estates on the back roads, bro. Where he walks,
he owns half of the area. Yeah, the hotels. It's his land. I don't think you get hooked. It's his land,
we
bro.
say in that.
You know when you see the
Omar from the wire. Omar from the wire.
He's walking around like
we say, what's he going? Was he going?
You might be the landlord.
Hey, yo. You know the estates by White Hart Lane Station.
Yeah.
Man, just walking through there on the phone.
Yeah.
Not worried about
with the train station as well. He's at
Hooks,
as well.
Let me tell you the main problem, Hooks, right? The main problem from a Spurs fan point of view, and George can tell me if I'm wrong. One, we do this every window. So yeah, we can all go, oh, but we nearly got that. We nearly got that player. Every window. It doesn't matter if we're trying to get Gibbs White out of Forest with no one up against us, or we're trying to get Eze with possibly Arsenal coming against us. We go late in every single window. Like if you wanted Eze, if Eze's your guy, yeah. If Eze, by the way, breaking news from Sky is Eze is definitely out of tonight's game. He's not playing for Palace. If you want your guy, yeah, you don't wait till 3 weeks to the end of the window for us to start giving flowers to Daniel Levy. He waited till 3 weeks of the end of the window to make the move, right? He does this every single window. The number of deals we have lost out on. We lost out on Jack Grealish because we wouldn't pay an extra £5 million for him. That was a year before he went to City, or 6 months before he went to City, wherever it was, right? We lose out on everybody because Daniel Levy wants to win the negotiation. Spurs are desperate. We've got no left wingers. We've got no playmakers in the entire squad. So when you're going, yeah, he's got to negotiate the best deal, mate, we've got a Champions League campaign coming up. The season has started. Go and get your guy. Go and whack down the £68 million. If he had done that, if he had hit the release clause, this is what I'll concede to you, Hooks. Daniel Levy had hit that release clause and Eze signed personal terms, and then Arsenal come in and Eze goes to Arsenal, you turn around and go, this is the food chain. I get it. He wants Arsenal. I get it. But we were there for 2 weeks with no Arsenal bid, no Arsenal interaction with the club. Back and forth. Eze, Parish and Levy are nearly there. This add-on, that add-on. Then you get to the end, and it's like we've waited so long that if it is the Havertz thing, we're in the mud. I'm not even going to sit here and defend my club.
But most transfers have taken that long. Most transfers.
The thing is as well, like, if Tottenham always had the feeling that Eze only ever wanted Spurs, they should have pulled out the deal straight away and gone to look somewhere else. That's another thing. If you always had that inkling always wanted Arsenal. Sorry,
they always wanted Arsenal. They went in knowing that prior. They went in knowing
what Sav is saying. No, but what Sav is saying is, 2 weeks ago, they could have just hit the £68 million, which I agree, and they could have got him 2 weeks ago. That's what Sav is saying. So irrelevant of where we are now, Sav's point is, you didn't have to wait 2 weeks. You could have just said, you know what, right, £68 million, pay that money and get him. Or obviously wait 2 weeks.
Or don't, and you've got an extra 2 weeks in the transfer window.
I get Sav's point.
But do you know what it is, Lee? Do you know what I think that Arsenal was literally just waiting in the wings to see if Tottenham could negotiate a better deal than the one that they already structured.
That's what I think as well.
I think Arsenal was just waiting to see, can Tottenham get Palace to agree to something lower than what we've already structured? And if
I think they saw Tottenham dicking around, Levy dicking around, and Bert has clearly swooped in and got the guy. That's what's happened. I think we've agreed on the 10th, like it was reported and Hook said. And I think we were genuinely then, like Jamie said, for Havertz, we might have to go pull this deal. So that's what I think's happened. Let me do these supers. I'll bring in Wolfie, and then we will have to come to a close in about 20 because I'm off to Joe's show to do our preview. So this one from KD says, Ornstein said both teams were okay for him to play. Eric says one signing and Lee suddenly an Arsenal supporter again. Shameless.
It's fine.
Only one V says, is Rodrigo better than a fit Premier League proving Gabriel Jesus? I need to see Rodrigo over Jesus, man. Come on.
What is that?
Crazy. That's
I
crazy.
can't even remember what Jesus looks like, let alone if he's better.
I don't even remember the last time Gabriel Jesus was proven fit either. So.
I agree. Isak says best squad between Forest, Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, Man United. What do we reckon?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to say that right now. I think Forest have done very good business.
Yeah, Forest. I would say.
So you think Forest finishing above all of us, right?
I think
Actually,
Forest.
wait, I need the tip of
right.
everyone saying that Forest is finishing above Spurs.
I didn't say that.
George, we never said that. We just said who.
I think Forest have had a good window.
I just want to see if you think they've had a good window, you must think they're going to finish above us. Say it with your bass in your chest. I need bass. I need bass in that voice. I need bass in that voice. That's all I'm saying.
George, let's go, Jim. Come on. He's rattled. Come on, let's go, Jim.
He's rattled because he wanted Eze. Remember, he was doing all that little dribble about, I don't care about Eze. You just go get it. It wasn't even my first choice. Go to his Twitter.
It wasn't my first choice.
And type Eze in search. You'll see, man, gassing Eze winning him from 2023, bro. So don't let George try lie to you. So,
but he wasn't my first choice.
I've seen the
first choice, bro. Like seriously, it was your first choice.
There isn't a lot between.
Told you it was.
There ain't a lot.
Yeah, and when you get rejected on this hijack deal that you're doing on him, is he still going to be your first choice?
We're not doing a hijack deal on him, though. That's the point.
Oh, you're not. Oh, there was reports out yesterday.
Well, they tried to hijack.
He's saying they didn't. Now
he said no to everyone. He wants Chelsea. Like, there's nothing that doesn't make. I'm
hijack failed. Another one for leaving.
Would we agree out of the teams here that Villa and Newcastle probably do
there ain't a lot in it? There ain't a lot in it.
Villa and Newcastle, what?
I think so.
Have the best squads here out of the others. No?
Newcastle have a good first 11. They have a good first 11, Newcastle. But
Newcastle squad's no different to the others, right? Are we gonna? I mean, it's not as good as Liverpool's and Arsenal's, but are we saying that Newcastle have got a depleted squad in comparison to Spurs or United? I think they're better. Than
Newcastle actually haven't lost anyone as of yet and added 3 or 4 players. I feel like everyone's been so sidetracked with Isak. That they haven't realised they've not lost.
They got a good first 11, but I just don't know if they got.
Yeah, but Jay, compared to these sides, I'm looking at the team selected here. I think Newcastle's squad, in terms of the team selected here, I would say Newcastle and Villa are still pretty strong in comparison to.
I think Newcastle finished lower at all them teams at the end of the season.
I agree as well. I'll be honest, I agree.
I don't think they will. But
Forest finished the highest out of those teams.
I think Newcastle and Villa are still the 2 out of that bunch to catch. Let's be fair, these 2 clubs haven't really lost anything and finished a lot of points above those other teams. So I don't know what's changed.
Because they're going to be in Champions League this season, so their squad will naturally be more depleted and will run out.
Well, they've added 3 or 4 bodies, right? They haven't finished in the window and they've added 3 or 4 bodies.
Yeah, but like
that's the 3 or 4 bodies they probably needed for last season without Champions League. I think they needed more than that.
They definitely need more.
Newcastle they're stronger in other positions, but losing Isak is going to kill them. Like if that happens, but we'll come on to that quickly. Can a Spurs fan please explain why a player would ever choose them over Arsenal or Chelsea? Relegation fodder over title challengers. 17.
Stop sending in super chats, man. Bloody hell.
I ain't me. That is from my channel, though. Big up, Ben.
Big up to Crypto, man.
You know what? Brilliant first sentence. I can't explain why anyone would come to us over Arsenal or Chelsea. And then you let yourself down with your wolfiness in the second sentence.
You did finish 17.
Your wolfiness.
Just going back to that super chat, two super chats ago, I do think Tottenham have got the best manager out of all of them.
Yes. Yeah, so do I.
We have Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe and Unai Emery.
I think Eddie Howe is. I'm not going to say he's overrated, but I think that I think Spurs with Thomas Frank is. That's a problem.
I like Thomas Frank, but I think Eddie Howe and Unai Emery are probably just ahead.
Yeah. And the one thing we've got to say, and the caveat, we do know that Thomas Frank can improve an attack, and Spurs' attack, for all intents and purposes, I know they scored a lot of goals, but it didn't look smooth. It didn't look as great as I think it can look with the new changes that he's going to make.
Oh, we've got a horrible attack.
Okay. No. I know, but I think he can make them look better. I think he can make them look better.
Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Palace Luke says, sad to see Eze go. Would be immense for Eva. Big up to you, bro. Crypto's back says, Hooks, the only thing that Spurs can trigger is their own fan base. Blaming Marinakis What? Blaming Marinakis, what a joke. Delusional like Palace fans. I hope Arsenal win the league. Big up to you, bro.
Wolfie, take that last sentence. What are we doing?
Yeah, me, man. He's a real person. Go check my channel.
Chris Brown says Marinakis, he does what he wants. Dominic says, I hate Levy. He needs to go. It's been too long now, Dan. Fair play, bro. I hear you. Naval is talking about how to recover Kai Havertz. I'm not going to read all of that out, but big up to you, bro. You have brought in another one, though, saying that let's be real, Levy might be rich, but above all, that he's a born loser. He's got zero ambition or fight. It's just a gimmick and a game for him. And Danny, big up to you, bro. I hope you're well, bro. Tottenham have had a worse window than Forest and Newcastle. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. At the moment.
Yes.
At the moment.
No.
It's a shambles.
No.
This is a disgrace of a window.
Newcastle is worse than Newcastle.
Tottenham's had a better window than Newcastle.
Yeah, 100%.
In what way?
Come on, man. You're being too
They got
hard.
Champions League football and they went and signed Elanga.
And the window, man.
What are we doing?
Wait, you do realize, I'm just going to point the obvious out. You do realize that a window is ins and outs. We have lost all of our GA from last year and not replaced it. That's not a good window.
You bought that Korean guy, right? It's South Korean.
I think Kudus he's on the way to replace him.
To Kai, yeah, but he's a young player.
Kudus is one of the best signings of the window. What are we doing?
No, come on.
Okay,
you can't
so
say that.
Kudus singular. It's not enough.
Between Kulusevski,
Who else have you brought in? Kudus, who else?
Kudus and Paulinho.
Paulinho blows Newcastle's out of the water.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so now, it's like I'm speaking German. Now look at who we've lost.
No, it's not. No, Sava, hang on. You've asked
Look
now.
who we've lost.
Who's had the better window? Tottenham or
Who did you lose? You lost Son.
9.
We've lost Son and we've lost.
We're going to go to the Kraken house.
We've lost Son. We've lost Son, and we've lost.
Who's done, right? That is what it is.
Nice.
I don't understand why that's that. Like, I don't understand. That's not a hot take. You've had a much better window than Newcastle.
Yes.
We have.
No, they haven't. Come on, Joe.
No, we haven't. We've two players, and we've lost all of our GA from last year.
Go on. Who are they?
James Maddison and Son between them.
No, hang on. James Maddison's an injury. We're talking about a transfer window. Now you're talking about injuries. What the fuck?
Yeah,
because he's out for the season. He's our only playmaker.
That's not what we're doing. We're talking about transfer windows.
Yeah, you're talking about ins and outs.
Ins and outs. We're not talking about he's injured.
But you've got to take it into account because you've got to take it into account. If you lose your playmaker for a year and you don't replace him, Spurs have essentially lost a winger and a midfielder and brought in a midfielder and a winger. We haven't.
So in 5 years' time, someone says to me, August or the transfer window in 25, how did that go? And I'll go, oh, well, yeah, that James Madison. He's not the ins and outs column.
No, but Joe, but a transfer committee.
No, but you said to me transfer window. We don't talk about injuries.
I know, but
but you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, the transfers in are given by the issues of the squad. The squad that Tottenham have now has been exacerbated or actually destroyed by a few injuries. So now they need to act upon that by getting more players in. For me, I think that losing players, I get their point. You know, you have to react. You have to react to now.
100%. I hear what you're saying, Lee, and I hear what you're saying, Sava. But we're comparing it to Newcastle. We're not saying, but he's injured because guess what?
But they brought in Alanga, Tiao, Ramsey.
Okay, but by that logic, could we say Isak needs replacing?
And Isak hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Nor is Maddison. Isak won't play this season if you believe reports.
Hang on.
I'm with you, Sava. I think you've had the shittest window. Hang on, let's got to understand Joe's point.
Let's not do this, though. James Maddison can't play even if he wants to for a year, right? If Isak isn't sold, right, with 11 days to go, Alexander Isak will be back in that Newcastle team, give or take 2 or 3 games and some apologies and groveling and some crisis talks. There's a huge difference. If you lose your playmaker who gets your goals and assists, we are considerably weaker than last season. You've lost Son, who's got G&A from last season, and we've replaced it with a DM. That's great. A winger. That's great. But other than that, we are weaker everywhere. We're weaker.
Okay, let me close. Let me close on a couple of questions. Otherwise, I'm going to be late for Joe's show. Bless him. I don't want to do that. So, big up. Look, the last two questions I've got are actually for Wolfie and Cal and Jay, and it was on Isak. I don't know what the hell's happening with this. I'll start with you, Jay. I don't know if Isak's ever going to play for Newcastle again, and I don't know if he's ever going to go to Liverpool. The Newcastle owner is adamant he ain't going anywhere. He's staying. Isak's making it very difficult to ever play for Newcastle again. What's going to happen, bruv?
I think Liverpool put their bid in after the Newcastle game on Monday, and if that don't get accepted, Liverpool have to move on. It's as simple as that.
That game's going to be frosty, man. That's going to
it's going to be a crazy game. But, when you read the Newcastle statement, it was kind of weak. It weren't particularly strong. They left gaps in it where they basically said they don't believe Liverpool can match the value. If they do, it basically is off. So there's room there for Liverpool. I believe Newcastle today are linked with that Larson from Wolves, and they're talking to him. So I don't know. Things are going to happen. I just don't,
as well. That looks like it's done.
Yeah, I don't see how, the way Isak wrote that statement. I just don't see how he plays for Newcastle again.
Me neither, bro.
It'd be crazy for that to turn around, and also for him to play to Newcastle again, he'd have to sign a new contract as well. So they'd want some security.
That's how it works. Yeah,
and that's pretty much. So he's got 3 years left in the deal. If he signs a new contract, even if it's a year extension, he's got 4 years. Maybe they put a release clause on it for the following summer, and he can leave. But at this moment in time, it don't look like they're going to do that, and I don't know if they can exactly afford the contract that he wants. By the sounds of it, that was the promise, the contract, and Newcastle have got a ceiling on wages. I think their highest earner is Bruno, only like 160, 180, something like that grand a week. Isak's going to want way over that, ain't he? Like way over that. You're probably looking at 250, something like that. He'd probably look for. If Newcastle give him that, then you get Tonali and Bruno will go want something similar, ain't they? And I don't think at this moment in time Newcastle are in a position where they can pay them kind of wages, because if they were, they would have done it by now. For me, if they were in that position, they could afford it. So I just don't.
You pay the 150 because that's what they're saying they want.
I think Liverpool come in with a transfer of 130 after Monday, and then maybe there's add-ons to make it up to 150. But I think Liverpool have to make one more bid just to see where they lie before they will forget about it and move on. But I think Isak will be a Liverpool player. I just don't know if it's going to be this summer. It could be even January yet. And if it's January, Liverpool might even get him even cheaper. So,
well, I think something's going to happen. I don't know what you're saying, Carl. What are you saying, Carl?
Same as I've said all the time. I think we get this wrapped up before the end of the summer. I think nothing was going to happen before the Newcastle game. I think once the Newcastle game's finished, things will accelerate, and we'll be fine.
Craig Hope apparently has just said that he thinks that 130 might do it. So
130. Yeah, see, Newcastle fans are saying it's 150. I've not seen that reported, but then Pete sent me something the other day saying that it had been, but I don't know, man. Look,
it's been a fair number that's been made.
Right, when you got Isak acting the way he is, and the club acting the way they are, them just getting 150 is going to be much harder now because there's negotiations now, isn't there? Like it's going to be hard. Like Newcastle got to look at it. All great sides have sold very good players before. Newcastle won't be the first team to do that. We've all done it. Liverpool sold Suarez, Torres. Better players. We've all been there. I think it's a dangerous game for Newcastle to keep a player that says he doesn't want to play for you ever again, and his valuation starts to dip, and you eventually have to sell him, but you get less than you could have a few months before that. So it's one for Newcastle to try and figure out like that. But I think Liverpool have to come with one more offer, and if that's not accepted, then Liverpool just have to look at it and go, right, no more.
And who did Liverpool pivot to? Because obviously,
we won't need to pivot. You're
not going to get him.
I think
Jamie, we don't have to answer his question.
No, I don't think Liverpool buy. I don't think Liverpool buy another striker. I think they just wait for it to
leave this season. Then
I think they just wait for Isaac.
You willing
Jamie, he didn't answer our questions. We don't have to answer his.
Oh, I don't mind answering.
Let me. Hold on. Jamie.
Here we go.
To Jamie.
I don't mind answering these questions.
So you're willing to forego the league this season? If you
I think Liverpool can still win the league even without Isaac.
The
thing about Richard
you
Hughes
guys
and
should
Mark
be favourites, no? Arsenal should be favourites, no?
No. Oh no.
Hold
the thing is, bro.
This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to get. You're lucky Dan's got to go. This is what I wanted to get. No, we're not favourites.
No, we are. We're the favourites.
Hooks, I saw your tweet as well, Hooks. I saw your tweet, bro.
I think Liverpool could pivot to Rodrigo.
What do you say?
That's the only pivot I think Liverpool will go to is Rodrigo. I think that's the only player.
Fair enough. Thank you for the answer.
Arsenal must.
But that'd be a winger. That'd be a winger keeping it free for Isaac in the future.
I think it's very cheeky that world-class players come out and say that they aren't favourites when they are world-class and Arsenal don't have world-class players. But listen,
can you name the world-class player?
I mean, he's your Egyptian king. I don't know.
Oh, PFA 3 times.
I mean, listen, I just find that I do find that crazy. I do find that crazy.
Salah, please.
Huh?
Have some respect when you speak about Mr. Salah, please. Please. Respect.
I mean, listen, man.
Salah.
It is what it is, man. But listen, I don't know. I just
you're not even calling him by his proper name, bro. Where's your respect, corporate cow?
Whoa. With all due respect, me and Salah, we're cool, innit? Like,
doing that corporate cow thing now. I hear it.
Corporate cow.
Come on, we've got to be serious though. The fact that he came out and said that like Liverpool are not favourites, I think that's diabolical. Come on,
he's laughing at you guys. Didn't you see when Rice was being interviewed and then him and Virgil looked at each other when Rice
smiled, didn't they? In this
3 times.
Listen.
He's laughing at you guys.
All I'm saying is, come out with your chest, right? If you're a 3-time Premier League, you're a 3-time Premier League player of the year, right? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's right. I asked you for chest and you said don't speak to me. What are you on about?
He does. No. I said, hold on, George. You can ask me the question. I said to that fraud as well because we know what he's done. Don't come on your high horse talking about this and that when we know what he's done. Listen, don't do that to me.
I don't know what I've done.
Neither do I. As I said, hashtag samesies.
We're not the same. We are not the same.
We are the same. We are the same. Hashtag samesies.
Let me come in.
I was about to say, I just read a site online. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently Arteta has spent more money as a Premier League manager than Pep Guardiola now. Is that true?
It's fake. It's fake.
Is that fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
Since he's come in the league,
he know it immediately. Yeah,
Who spent more money at Liverpool than Arsenal this transfer?
Since Arteta's joined, he has.
He's definitely spent more money than Arsenal in 22 years. That's an absolute fact. So
who spent more money out of Arsenal and Liverpool?
Wait, hold on. Mr. Fenway Sanderson.
I'm asking Dan. I'm asking the host. Mr. Gooner Lee.
Gooner boy.
Who spent 270? How much have Liverpool spent?
Less than that, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I'm going to answer the question. Why are you
quickly? Because I've got to go quickly. Go on.
I'm not pocket watching, Lee.
Don't pocket watch.
I'm just asking a question. Because we were told we're buying the league. So
look, last quick question, Wolfie. Douglas Luiz, does that get you 6th?
At least.
I love Wolfie. Man.
Gets into all your teams. Walks it.
What?
He actually doesn't. He
doesn't get into your team, George.
No. Paulinho's better than him.
You're right. You know what, George? You're right because he probably rejects you as well, just like everyone else. So I hear it.
Paulinho's better than him. Paulinho's better than. We got the better midfielder, but sure.
Yeah.
Wow. How Douglas doesn't get into Arsenal's midfield? Like, let's be serious.
He doesn't get into anyone.
You tried to sign him for the last 3 years, man, and he just turned around as a Forest.
No, Edu did. I keep on telling you.
Where was he? And
now Edu is at Nottingham Forest. Oh, Coinky Dink. You know how
Edu tried to sign him. Where was he 3 years ago?
What?
Where was Edu representing? Who was Edu representing 3 years ago when he was trying to sign him?
Baseless arguments. Like, what the heck
I'm just saying. But yes, to answer your question, Dan, because I know you're in a rush. At least 6th.
I love that.
This squad
You're
is
gonna get
tasty.
clipped. Sam's gonna clip that up, Wolfie, just to let you know. Okay.
So just roll over on Saturday, please. Just make it easy.
Pause.
You're mute. No, there's no peace.
Do you know what it is? Ampadu's injured as well, which is obviously captain, and that guy, Boneman or whatever his name was, injured him on.
Wait, Joe, who did you say was injured the other day for Arsenal?
Havertz.
That was Havertz.
Yeah, I did read Gyökeres as well and Moreno.
Gyökeres, that was it. Is that true?
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
Not from what I'm hearing. I know. Yesterday they did an open training session, and Timber and White both sat out. So I'm hoping they're all right.
Gyökeres was struggling with a few kick-ups, innit? You know, they get on
that video is hilarious.
Yeah, that's Saka and Madueke on the opposite sides to each other.
Yeah.
That's true as well. And then they swap back round.
It's going to be difficult to beat. That's all I'll say. I think we'll be difficult.
No, just roll over. I don't want you to.
I watched you the other night. I actually fought against Everton. I was impressed with Leeds. I was impressed. I was.
No, we're all
never a penalty, by the way. Never a penalty, but it is what it is.
Wait, could we just have one more for Sam? Joe, where are you finishing?
Told you, man. Wait,
I think Leeds to be safe.
Tell me what I said.
9 more wins left. 9 more wins left.
No, I wanted to come out your mouth from
I said we would get Conference League. Tell me where we are in the league right now.
7.
Go on, the lads.
That's it.
And where are we in the league? Where are we in the league? 5th.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting it, man.
One never lies, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, man.
Love it. Listen, stay where you are, people. Me and Joe are going live. We're going to do Leeds Arsenal talk. Big up to Sava, Football Heritage TV. Make sure you're subbed and following. Jamie Phillips, Football Chats. Make sure you're doing the same. Just Joe, Durag Diaries. We got Coppish, Halftime Hooks, Forest Fan TV, and Guna Lee. Make sure that you are literally subbing to every single one of these people. Stay tuned. Make sure you're following OK Jerseys, or our sponsors today. Go and get your kits. Whoever you support, club, international, they're all there. So go and do that. Links in the description. Big up to them. And we will see you next time, people. We'll see you over on Joe's stream in a bit.